Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Fitchburg Police Department, it's Lieutenant Ned Hartwick. Ned, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well, Jeremy. How are you?
You're just proud that I got through your name without screwing it up.
Yeah.
One of these times I'm going to get it just right, but today was probably as close as it's been.
I'll take it.
We're here to talk about a lot of things going on in the police department, and first was another successful community night out, and I kind of put that little laugh in there because I think it not only met expectations, but exceeded expectations on a lot of fronts.
It very far exceeded expectations. I think last year we counted roughly around 1,200 people, and I would say we surpassed that. There were so many people I couldn't even count.
Yeah.
But it was a great night, great weather, and it was just awesome to see our community come out. And I saw a lot of smiles, a lot of new faces, some familiar faces, and everyone seemed to have a good time, which is really what that night's all about. It's about bringing our community together along with those that serve our community, and it was just an awesome event, and we're already getting started planning for next year.
We talked about this during the live show, but I'll ask you again because I think it's so cool. Is the response, to see all those people out there, what do you think the officers felt like as part of just being part of that experience and seeing that there is a commitment to public safety? There was a lot of things out there for people to be at,
Sure.
But when you think about this event, it's awesome.
Well, I think it recharges a lot of people's batteries when you see the community coming out when there's not an emergency, there's not a crisis, and we realize that there are a whole number of people out there that are supporters and believe in what we do and are willing to come out and show their support and learn more about us, get to know us, and have a good time.
Ned, do you find that people ask a lot of questions there, or are they more just to be a part of the event and be there and just hear from y'all?
Well, I think it was actually a good mixture in talking to some of our personnel after the event and hearing some of the conversations they had. Mm-hmm. Things that a citizen might not actually call us about, but they figure, here we are, we're in the park, here's a chance to talk to a police officer or someone else from the police department. Also, too, just to get to see us having fun as well, and realize that we're all in this together. We're all human beings. We all face challenges, and the cool part is that as the community, as part of the community, being the police department, that we get to work on those things together. But that night was really a nice night to celebrate what we do and what we're committed to doing on a regular basis.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who came out and everybody who put that together from the police department.
Yeah.
Your team is awesome on getting
a lot of work.
Definitely paid off. Let's turn our attention to the building. You have a committee, a steering committee that's working on the future. Are you calling it the public safety? I don't want to say it wrong.
Police services facility.
That building,
Yep.
But more importantly, you just had a presentation at council this past week on August 22nd. Mm-hmm. Tell us where you're at on that and what should we be hearing about here in the future.
Yeah, so what we're trying to accomplish right now is to really make sure that our community is aware of where we stand as far as the needs of a new police facility. We have occupied the lower two levels of City Hall since it opened here in 1999, and we have no room to expand. We have a number of challenges related to the size of our space, and so we are, the train has left the station, but it's really just starting its journey here to getting a new police services facility built. And so Tuesday night at the council meeting, we shared a presentation to update the public and council members on the many steps that are in front of us. And right now, the phase that we're in is what's called a schematic design. So we're coming up with the general kind of outline of what the building may look like. There are a number of steps, including council approval, steps along the way that have to go on. And the cool part is that there's going to be some opportunities for public engagement as some of these design layers come out. So we have some information on our website, including a copy of the presentation that will go on there, and a video of the presentation that will be on there, and folks can find that on our website. And I really encourage people to take a look and understand. Back in 2015, there was a space needs study that was published, and they are forecasting that by the year 2035, which it's hard to believe is not too many years away, that we would need about 78,000 square feet of space. And for perspective, right now we're in less than 20,000 square feet. So we have some needs, and we think that a new facility will put us in a really good position in a number of different ways. And so we're looking forward to this process evolving.
Two questions. First one is at the police facility 20 years ago to what you're looking to try to build into the future. How has that been playing out in this and telling people about this? Because it's serving a lot more needs than what you currently have. So not only are you trying to fit the needs that you are desperately in need of, but you're also trying to future-proof this and add things in that policing today needs for training, service, and you name it.
Yeah, so one of the real key components of this new facility are some training elements. And there are a number of expectations that the community will come to us with as far as being trained on contemporary topics that are out there, being responsive to certain populations, needs of the community, and then policy changes, statute changes, things like that really impact how we do our work, both in the classroom, so to speak, and out in the field. Right now, we have some severe limitations when it comes to finding space to train. And so what we are looking to do is to incorporate those into our building so that our officers don't need to travel to train, that they can train before, after, or even during their shift. And I think everyone in our community wants a highly competent and capable police force, and we think that those are critical spaces to have. The policing profession has also evolved to really focus on bringing the community in and engaging, and right now we don't have the space for that. There are some other elements, including space for our social worker to come in and have a space to meet with members of the public, and to really open up the doors, both literally and figuratively, to bring the community in the work that we do.
And the community has input. You want to hear from the community as you go through this. That's important to you.
Yeah.
Not just council. I mean, you
right.
got your council representatives out there to help you, but you're looking for that input as well, right?
Yeah. So there's a couple steps that are along the way that are outlined in the presentation, and we'll be sure to put out a lot more information when those deadlines are approaching. But they, as I mentioned before, they're going to come along and looking at some of the design features, and really the community telling their beliefs or sharing their beliefs on what this facility should incorporate. And how they feel obviously that's their tax dollars that are supporting this, right? But again, I think we're all part of this kind of like community night out, keeping our community safe and best serving our community as a joint effort. And so we appreciate the input and the partnership from them.
And another way you can reach out is going to community meetings that you guys continue to hold. One of your goals this year has been to get out in the community and host these meetings. Some are busy, some are, it doesn't matter what they are. They're a great opportunity for you to come and talk about anything, not just the building.
Yeah, so every month we've had a meeting out in the community. We have 4 police districts. And if you're curious as to what police district you live in, you can go on our website. We have a section on the site that has a list of our community meetings, upcoming and past, where you can view recordings, and you can see which police district you're in. And it doesn't matter which police district you're in, you're welcome to come to any meetings, but each meeting will focus on that district, some things, some trends that are occurring. And then we'll talk about police department news and updates. And it also is another opportunity for people to come, ask questions, share concerns, and again, see us like Community Night Out, see us when there's not an emergency.
Yeah, I think it's good information, and we've enjoyed having it, and we continue to share those here on Fact TV. You can check that out on our Gov channel and community channel. But more importantly, your goal, and we get another thing we talked about at Community Night Out, but is outreach for the department and talking about any issues that are going on in police world and what you guys are doing, staffing issue, you name it. It's there to help educate.
Yeah, it's bringing awareness, whether it's a trend of a crime issue that's occurring, or understanding why some things might take more time, why it might take more time, or you might not see as many police officers out on the road. Just really engaging with the people that we're privileged to serve and sharing information and being accessible is what it's all about.
I like it. I also like some back-to-school safety tips that you're going to share with us. It's hard to believe that we're already talking about back-to-school, but we say that every year, so I suppose not.
Yeah, it should be on a calendar or something, you know.
Yeah, it's sort of like on our topic calendar.
Just around the corner.
All right, well, back-to-school safety is super important, especially in the school zones, and we've got 3 different school districts, schools everywhere in the place, and you may not be policing all of those, but the rules are the same.
Yeah, and the fundamentals are the same, and regardless of whether or not it's school season, but really back to school, it's a hard time for a lot of families to get back into habits, and it's also a hard time for some drivers to get back into habits driving through school areas in particular. I don't think a lot of residents may realize that we have 4 different schools in Fitchburg, and sometimes you might not even be paying attention when you're driving past one to realize that it's there. But we have some places where we tend to get some traffic concerns and some issues, and with young ones riding bikes and walking to school, and just increased traffic in general. It's just very, very important to put the phone down, to slow down, and to pay attention. We just don't want to see any bad situations occur.
This year too, I'm going to pick on the Stoner Prairie and the middle school over there as well. I'm drawing a blank on the middle school name, but on Lacey Road there, with that opening up now with the roundabout here real soon, people haven't been on that road. It's been closed, and I can just see that that's one of the areas that is potentially so. Same thing, you know. It's what do you say on that front? We're going to be there. We're going to be watching you.
Yeah, we are going to be there. We're going to be watching you. I don't know that you're going to be there watching, but we'll be there watching. If you want to come along and watch at some point,
I will. We will. We have that on our calendar. But I think I've seen you guys out there plenty of times doing it. But I just think seeing that road open, again, it's like a double whammy right there.
Right. Yeah. People are going to be happy to have that intersection and that portion of Lacey Road accessible again. But you know, I am confident that people will be able to follow the speed limit and pay attention. We have a crossing guard that assists getting students across Lacey Road there. It's just very important, regardless of time or day, weather. Just pay attention. Put the phone down is the biggest thing, and drive like your family lives there, is what I tell people, and think about other people.
Yeah, we'll keep reminding him here on Talking Fitchburg for you, Ned. All right, Ned, if people do want to stay up on what's going on at the department, besides coming out and seeing you at those community meetings and or on here on Talking Fitchburg, where can they find you?
Well, we're always on Facebook. And I don't know what they're calling Twitter these days. I heard they're calling it X. Is that right?
I don't know.
So I think we're still on there. I'm not sure if Elon Musk has taken us off, but I think we're still on Twitter. And we are putting a lot more information on our website, including the recordings of those community meetings and some information about the police services facility. So I encourage people to go on and check those out.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping up. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Stay safe.